Today I'm going to present to you two Oddball USB hubs. There's been a number of Oddball USB hubs made over the years, but this one in particular, there's not terribly that much special about it, except for the fact that it's in Bondi Blue, or Bondi Blue, or however you want to say it, just like the original iMac. I believe, due to the color scheme, it was released for use with that, and Bondi Blue jacket is removable, which is not easy to do with one hand, to make it not that color, and you can put tangerine or lime or any other color you want on there. I don't remember where I got it from. I did not get it with this power adapter, which would go right there. And it's a USB hub just like any other. What's also interesting about this USB hub is actually two things. One is that it's stackable. You can see there's little plastic ears here, and this little thing here, and it would stack on top of these ears here, so you could have a whole stack of them with a whole bunch of USB peripherals back when USB was supposed to be this really big thing, and not just this port that you plug your phone in to charge like it is now. Another interesting aspect of this particular hub is that it is USB 1 only. So if we go over here and plug in the cable, you can see lights on it flash. If the computer detects something was plugged in, and as soon as Windows wants to recognize it, it tells you right there that you should plug this device in. Well, a USB 2 device. I plugged a flash drive into it. It'll work faster if you connect it to a USB 2 port. And I just plugged this Kingston 2 gig flash drive in there because it was handy. And the lights just stay on like that. I'm not certain, but I believe if you power it, that light might turn green, but I'm not absolutely certain on that. And just to prove this is USB 1, is if I unplug that, we lose that message number 1, and if I go ahead and plug it into one of the ports right on the laptop, it will not complain with that message, and it just comes up. So this hub is actually still useful even today for various devices. Your keyboard and mouse can most comfortably be hooked up to this, even at USB 1, even limiting a USB 2 port down to USB 1 speeds. You can plug a keyboard and a mouse in there. You might have, say, a joystick or something like that that can work on USB 1, and there's hosts and hosts of other USB devices that won't take advantage of any kind of higher speed, either because there's just not that amount of data being transferred, or because they're really just stealing power from it. Now, you can leave this flash drive plugged in here, and it'll work USB 1, and in fact I do that already. This bank of flash drives right here, they're all hooked up to a USB 1 port through a USB 2 hub because that's what was available. Data throughput that's needed on that isn't going to benefit because such a small amount of data that's going. There's no real additional latency or anything like that we're dealing with, except for that of the flash media itself, that the USB 1 speed isn't really going to slow that down to any sort of appreciable degree. So a USB 1 hub is still useful, and there's no reason to throw it out and clog up a landfill. In fact, you can run your USB speakers through a USB 1 hub. USB 1 will allocate, I think, up to 6 megabits per second for streaming audio and things like that, and then the rest are split apart. I think, I don't remember the exact specs. It may not have been for audio, but I think there was actually a separate amount of throughput that was reserved for audio itself, so you wouldn't get any breaks in that. But I have another USB hub, which is sort of a little less interesting, but interesting enough in its own right. And that's actually this. Now, at a quick glance, it looks like it could be a TV remote, but it's not. It's actually a 13-port USB hub. Very rare, but it's It's even got an on-off switch. I don't know if that actually turns the ports on and off. It even has mounting bracket holes, so you can mount it somewhere and plug in a whole host of devices like that. Kind of an interesting thing. This included the power adapter. Yes, it plugs in only that far and sticks out. It will not push in any further, but this is the one that came in the package with it because I bought it that way. The adapter itself says it outputs 2000 milliamps, so 2 amps of current. Now if you divide that out, USB is supposed to put out 500 milliamps per port. That's 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. What happened to the rest? Too expensive for China? I don't know. But let's give this one a run up. Okay, it's plugged in. I'll leave the switch off, and we will plug in the USB port to the laptop to get nothing. Turn the switch on. A blue China light. Not terribly exciting, just finding USB hubs, but it is a USB 2 hub, because if I plug the same flash drive in, that is a USB 2 flash drive, like that, it's detected, it comes right up, and it doesn't complain about USB 2. I know there's a message here already, but it doesn't complain about it not being on a USB 2 port, because this supports that. Kind of a nice device in that it has so many available ports, but also an oddball in that you can shut off all your USB devices like that, which is a little unnerving if you have data transfers happening. Yes, the hubs are stackable. It has to re-detect all this stuff, so that's why that just lit up. And the odd part is it didn't actually complain about it being a USB 2 device. Oh, here it is. Here's the message here. High speed attached to non-high speed port. Too many other messages and pop-ups in the way. But anyway, two kind of oddball USB hubs. There's nothing really odd about this one except for how the switch actually kills the entire, not just the power into it, but the entire hub in general, and the fact that it's 13 ports and not just a 4-port or even a 7-port, which you may have seen. And this one obviously because A, it was for use with the original Macs with the different colored back pieces on it, and that it's USB 1, but still useful even today. And even the Belkin sticker has been peeling up for years, but it never has fallen off. As much as I push it down, it just pops up again. Anyway, that's going to wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.